Hello, this is Patrick talking about cci300. The first thing I should say is congratulations. You've got to the penultimate graphic design subject, and here we should celebrate. The difficult part for me as a teacher, or I'd rather be a mentor in this sort of situation, because it's very open. Everyone has different aspirations about what they want to do and different career paths. So to write a subject that would do something has to be quite open. So what do you do? How do you do it? And I know that the difficulty in graphic design is that you're normally driven by briefs, and so we have written out a number of briefs. So I'll just read some here. There's restaurant identities, working for a client, having a video of your portfolio, doing something about social issues, packaging, infographics, publications. It goes on. Zines, art gallery identity, user experience, user identity, social media, and maybe even making your website. So there's lots of things there, and you can find that list there that we've written out. And that's a general list for graphic design to say what they could be. But there could be thousands of other things that you'd really want to get into. And I'd really love to say, no, there's no briefs, and do what you want. This subject is very busy. You've got assessment one is one project. Assessment two is 6 projects due at the end, and assessment 3 is a research paper. We'll talk about that. So, how do you make decisions? The first thing you need to do is work out what you want to do. What do you want to do further on after this? Because we're preparing for something. I'm not sure what that something is for you. So looking at your career aspirations, what you want to do, you want to be a freelancer? Do you want to work for certain types of company? Do you want to get a generalized graphic design job? It goes on. So having that decision, and I know that's difficult for a lot of people as well, but we're in this point where we have to organize things. You could approach this project of this whole subject as saying, I want to build skills in web or illustration or whatever it is. I have an internal student who I've been talking to who wants to go and do fashion next semester. So we're trying to work on ways to build a portfolio that incorporates graphic design, but also pushes her towards fashion. So it's a bit tricky, but we're sort of playing with that. So you could go to what you already have. So if we're talking about building a portfolio, we could say, well, what do you have already that's going to be a part of your portfolio? And that's a good aspect. And then you could say, okay, I've got 7 projects to do in this subject. 7 projects plus the ones that I already have could make up my portfolio. Great. What do I have? What do I actually need? Do I need more identity work? Do I need more illustration, photography, image making, advertising, web design, app design? So all of these things you sort of have to run down. So you can actually do that now. Go and find all the stuff that you have, even though you might have to modify them, and we should look at those through the subject to see, to get up to that point where you've got, fantastic work that's going to stick out, and then say, what else do I need to do? And that's the ideal situation here. So, yes, you're talking about skill development. Yes, you're talking about career paths and your aspirations. And, so we need in this subject to look at how you can get to where you want to, how this portfolio is going to be delivered, and how it's going to be engaged with people. So we want in this subject to be able to display fabulous work of your stuff, to display your intelligence, your abilities and skills, and the way that you understand things, and even your process. So there's a lot of things that can actually be a portfolio as well. So that's the other issue. So we're going to look at what is your delivery of the portfolio, and where it's going to be and how it's going to be delivered, and what it contains, how much text, how much video of you, how much of the background process you're going to show in there, or is it just the finals works? And those sort of things we'll discuss over time. So get together, get in your head and say, what are the things that I really liked to do, and are these the things that display that well? What are the things I need to do? I don't want to go on at the end of your study and say, now I need to make more things for my portfolio. It's really discouraging. You have to do it now. This is the subject. You can do anything you like. Have a look at that list of projects in I2, and then think about how it is. Say they're all flexible, they're all open for interpretation or rewriting. Okay, rewrite anything you like, and just write it up as a brief and send it to me, and we'll just discuss it. So. Welcome to CCI300. I hope it's going to be great. I hope that the class itself feels like that it is an exciting time. It is the end of the work. And because everyone's doing something really different from each other, it's not we're all going to do a restaurant identity. We can really help each other. It's not a competition in that way. We're all going to actually help each other and think about how we can add to everyone else's part. And that's a big part of the industry as well. You're not a solo person for most of the work. You're going to do things and discuss with your colleagues in design agencies and stuff, and that's going to be important. We need to build on that. So welcome. My name's Patrick. I think I've had all of you as subjects, and I hope you have had good experiences in the past, but at least there's a good experience in the future. So I'll catch you soon. We'll have weekly meetings and stuff, and the forums should be quite intense, I suppose, because there's so much to do in here. 7 projects, 14 weeks, and an essay. So I'll see you around. Cheers.